It's just like a quick little PSA, for anybody wants to buy like the Tab S3. Now, the lag, the lag is incredible, and some like the performance. I don't know what it is, but like Android tablets are poorly optimized, and apart from them being poorly optimized, Samsung doesn't do any like they don't do anything to make it better. What do I mean by that? Now, um, I don't know, like since probably like Honeycomb or after that, there's been no emphasis on updating the interface Android wise for like for tablets to make it tablet friendly. Look at the recent apps. This just is horrible. And it has 4 gigs of RAM. This is a Tab S3. It has 4 gigs of RAM. It basically has the same specs as an S7 Edge, Snapdragon 820, 4 gigs of RAM, 32 gig internals, but the performance isn't that great. And this is the most egregious part of it. The the file manager is so laggy. Look at how slow this is. I'm scroll. Look how I'm scrolling. Look how I'm scrolling this. I'm sorry about the lighting, but I just needed to say this. Look how I'm scrolling. Look how did do you see this? Are you seeing this? Look at this. I'm scrolling. I'm literally I'm scrolling. Look at this lag on a $600 device. Do you see how laggy this is? Now, let me go to this ES File Manager. Look at that. Do you see that? Do you see the difference? That's a drastic difference in speed. It's not the best, it's not the most fluid, but look at the difference in the speed and the responsiveness. This is pathetic. It's horrible. Samsung, the problem with Samsung, right? Is like they put a skin on top of Android. On the phones, it's okay. I don't really care too much about stock Android, but like so far as the tablet market goes, right now there's no market for Android tablets. Not really. There's no market for tablets in general. But as an artist, I do use the stylus, and I do use the tab. And it's kind of sad that like the tablet experience is much worse than the phone counterpart. Meanwhile, the tablet is supposed to be for like media consumption and for more work, like for better work. I could only say that the comfort of drawing on a larger screen is the real reason why I gravitate towards this, and I don't like iOS devices, so I didn't decide to like pick up any iOS device. But this shit is crazy though. It's pathetic. It's pathetic, and unfortunately, to the apps that come with this device, or that you should install for the device, right? Like Autodesk Sketchbook and all that. The performance isn't too great, and switching between the two apps is not that good. But like some of the performance issues is just pathetic. The the chip, as so far as I know, it's the same mobile chip, and I know like the components apart from like the screen, the display, right, and then certain other components inside of the machine, there should be like a little bit more space for better thermal control, like for cooling and all that. I think cooling should be better so far. So if like cooling is better, I don't know. I'm not trying to be too technical, but like if cooling is better, then there shouldn't be throttling. So I don't think that the performance is because it's throttling or anything like that. From what I can tell, it's just that the apps are poorly optimized. I mean, you can see that the app is made with larger screen on. That, look at that. It's made with the larger screen in mind, but the performance is horrible. This is a third party app. Look at this, right? If I go to my, I need to really look at that. That's much more responsive. That's much better. It's sad that the stock app is worse. Then the other thing I really hate about this device, right, is the Galaxy apps. What's the point of having a store if there's no useful apps in there that are exclusive to this device? You can't even open Theme Store on this device. You can't even open Theme Store. You can use Theme Store on any Note device, but why can't you open it on this? You can't even. So that means you're stuck with the same interface unless you want to go for a launcher or something. And then some people are gonna say, why don't you root it and then run? Look, no, there's no third party ROM out there that has a tablet interface in mind, let alone one with the stylus that a person would like to use to draw. The drawing experience is satisfactory to an extent because I've dealt with like shitty interfaces before. I've dealt with certain things before, certain performance hiccups, and I'm just drawing on the tablet. So coming out with a drawing isn't really my problem. My problem right now is like how the performance is, like how they don't really. I would probably have to say that you should not buy this tablet if you can use an Apple device. If you're okay with Apple devices, then stick with the Apple device. But this shit right here, like the performance, you've seen it on camera yourself. You can already see that this is just not. I mean, apart from that, like there are a lot of good things about the tablet that I don't want to shit on the tablet completely. The display is awesome. It's A1. I can tell you like the display is really good. The battery life after I updated it was trash. Before then it was really good. And after the update, a couple weeks after the update, after charging and discharging a little bit, I could say that the battery life is almost as good as it was before the update. I could say that standby wise, it's almost the same, but in actual usage, you're gonna get like 7 hours of drawing out of it, and then maybe watching videos, you can get maybe 10 hours of watching videos, and then like browsing, probably 10 hours of usage. But like standby time before updating it to its experience 9, so I suppose that this is, I would suppose that it's on 8.0. Software about tablet software information. Yeah, it's 8.0, 8.0, 8.0.0. Yeah, so like in actual usage, let me look at my battery stats over here. It's on power saving mode because like without that, like there's some issues. So you can see 5 days, 5 days and 9 hours for battery, like for the that's basically standby time, and I used it for 4 hours and 25 minutes. It's on charge right now. I don't think you can see the charger. It's so dark in here. Yeah. One thing about standby time is usually the more it drags on, the less your screen on time is gonna be. So when I say like 7 hours of usage or drawing time, I'm talking about like if from 100%, if you use it from 100% to zero, you probably get 7. That's an estimate, and then 10 hours of watching the video. I mean, you for a phone, screen on time wise, if we're going by that metric, 5 hours is trash. But I mean, if you can get 7 hours of screen on time, um, it's not too bad. It's not too trash. Optimization is the problem. Android itself is poorly optimized, and then they throw on a skin that does nothing to make the experience better. Like, you might as well buy a Note 4, and that would have more like features than this actual tablet. Because I mean, the camera on the Note 4 is more usable than this one, and even the performance of the Note 4 is better than this tablet. I've used this device. I'm currently using a Note 8. The performance is night and day, and it's not because of the specs. I don't think it's because of the specs. I think it's because Android itself, they don't like. I can go to the Android store, and then I can look for through some apps, and you can find, and you'll see that a lot of the apps are just not optimized for the tablet. Even on Tutu, the last I checked, it was not even optimized for this app. Some shit like, you see that? This app may not be optimized for it. What the fuck is that? Why is it not optimized? You know, this is a this is the reason why tablets are not selling on Android, because they didn't put any thought into the tablet market. They just thought that they could slap it on there, and then everything would be like, that's it. And with the clout that Samsung has, they make no effort in trying to at least partner with a couple of developers and say, hey, like, let's get this stuff and put it on our and put it on our store, our app store, and then make sure that our app store is popping. No, they won't even do that. When you go and look at like the exclusives in the, and they got, if you go to the exclusives, right? These are the exclusives. You look through, you see Art Rage and a couple of these are useless. This is trash, and this is it. That's it. You can't scroll anymore, can you? Okay, you can view more. You can view more. These are Galaxy specials, but from the top, looking at the top row, that doesn't. Oh, that's it. That's it. That's it. The App Store, the Galaxy App Store is trash. It is garbage. It does not serve any purpose. That's not. This is not. This is. Here's my thing, right? I like Samsung devices. I can bitch about it all I want. I'm still gonna use this tablet and draw, and still get like what I'm. But apart from drawing, if you do not draw, don't buy this tablet. Do not buy this tablet if you don't draw. The performance for games is better on mobile, like on phones. Even though the tablet is technically mobile, but I mean, it is better on phones. I've played PUBG and a couple of other things. Why is PUBG in the exclusives when it's not exclusive to Samsung, and it's the same version? It is the fucking same version. The performance of PUBG and then Street Fighter are worse on the tablet than they are on my phone. It could be because it's a better GPU, but like the certain lags and drops frame rates are really egregious. I mean, 10 frames a second is not good. I'm not gonna play it for you to see, but you can take my word for it or not. This tablet, even the Geekbench scores aren't even that good, but Geekbench itself is not even properly optimized, and I can tell you for a fact that this device is not even running to its full potential. It is not. Do not buy this. Do not waste that money on this. If you're gonna buy a tablet and you just want a good tablet, go and buy an Apple device. Do not waste your money on this device. If you draw, you can buy this device and you can work around it. Sometimes you scroll through and you're okay and you're good. Then when you start putting it through its paces, that's when you start realizing that things are not all good in the hood. Please don't make the same mistake. I mean, to me, it's not even a full mistake because I have done some things. I have gotten some work out of it, but don't waste that money unless you're an artist. If you're not an artist, you are not ready to spend that money. Please do yourself a favor and buy like an iPad or some shit. That would be better money spent than buying this tablet. Because the performance is just egregious. It is awful. It is awful. The lag on this tablet, this Tab S3, nobody's going to tell you the truth. I've seen a lot of reviews. Nobody talks about how bad the performance really is. I use it and I like the tablet. And I will tell you for a fact that the performance it performs like a 2014 device. It is horrible. It is horrible. I thought the update would save it, and it did not. The update gave me the same performance with a good transition when you're going through the home screen interface. But when you start actually using the apps and start putting it through its paces, then you have a lot of issues. The only thing it's good for, apart from that, you can browse a little bit, and the browsing is okay. I'm not gonna open my browser so you can see all the nasty stuff I'm looking at. But like, the browsing experience is okay. It is better on a phone. I mean, it's just simpler. It's an identical experience. It's a bit of a mix between uh, desktop and then mobile, but it's not anything. It's not anything special. But I mean, don't. And Facebook on the tablet is horrible. It is trash. It's garbage. Watching videos is okay. That's the only thing I could say like I really like about it. I don't even listen it. I don't even use it to play music or nothing. It's not really worth it unless you draw, or you can use this thing for drawing. Don't buy this to edit pictures or video. It's just not worth it. It's not worth the price. Thank you very much. All right, I'm done.